Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if this is your first visit. My name is Stephanie and we will be doing an oracle card reading this week for Sunday, July 25th through Saturday, July 31st. So if you've tuned in for the past couple weeks, you'll know that I've had a repetitive full moon issue. No full moon this week, maybe still in the energy of it though as we're starting out, especially on Sunday. So just being kind of aware of that. I feel like this one, if you do tune in frequently to this channel, you know that I am not competent as far as astrology. I do follow the new moons and the full moons and the basics sometimes, and I think it's fascinating, but I am not knowledgeable about it. But I feel intuitively and personally that this one has been all about kind of inner child work and emotions and things coming up. So let me know in the comments if you've been feeling the same thing. It's kind of interesting, the energy I'm getting from the collective this week. So I feel like, if I have to guess or do a prediction, I feel like the energy we're moving into this week as we move from the energy of that full moon, which is really unfolding kind of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is kind of more introspective, more nurturing, more about spending time with ourselves. What are our real thoughts? Like, so many times things are childhood patterns or things that are just kind of imprinted on us, imprinted on our minds. They become our habitual ways of thinking. So really getting back in tune with what do I like? What do I enjoy? Who am I? What are my thoughts? And I feel like that's the space we're kind of moving into. But let's see what the cards say. So this week I'm going to use the Healing Crystals crystal deck, number one, for our crystal energy. And then I'm going to use Tosha Silver's The Wild Offering Oracle. So I don't use this deck a lot. I use it sometimes like for affirmation or mantra cards during private readings, but I've never used it, I don't think, for an entire week spread here on YouTube. So I think it should be interesting and give us a good look at what the energy feels like this week, because that's what I'm really thinking is it's a week about getting in touch with our emotions. How do we feel? Who are we? And where are we going? Because we're all kind of like brand new people all of a sudden. So I'm going to do the whole week with the Wild Offering Oracle. For those who may be trying to manifest financial abundance specifically, Tosha Silver also has a wonderful book called It's Not Your Money. I believe that's the name of it. I'll put a link to it in the description box below. But it's kind of about letting go to allow things in, and it can apply to far more than financial abundance. It's just a really great book to read. So maybe consider that book, or the Audible version of it is great too if you're interested in that. So let's get started. I did draw all of them, but have not peeked. So our crystal energy for this week, let's see what that one is. Oh, it's Howlite. So that's exactly kind of the energy I was describing for this week. So Howlite works really strongly with the third eye chakra, which is all about your intuition and kind of getting in touch with your feelings and who am I, what am I doing, that sort of energy. And a lot of people, a lot of the questions and topics and issues that are coming in during private readings are, I feel really lost. Who am I? What am I doing? Where am I supposed to go? Whether it's in relationships, whether it's in career, whether it's in personal life, it's just like, that energy we've been talking about over the past months about being in a vacuum. What do I want to put into this void? We're really feeling that. And we're really feeling that energy of creation. Like, who am I and what do I want? And making sure that we're putting the proper things in so that those are what we're growing. So Howlite, really connecting to those energy of feelings and intuition, trusting yourself. Its three keywords are awareness, calming, and spiritual. And then the mantra or affirmation you can work with this week if you choose to is, I am attuned to pure infinite energy. I am attuned to pure infinite energy. So that is your crystal energy for this week. Okay, so then let's see what comes out. When I drew the 7 cards out, an extra one did come out, kind of flew out at the end. So let's talk about that one first, and we'll just kind of take this as a bonus overarching energy for the entire week. And again, we are in the week of July 25th to July 31st, 2021, but if you stumble across this video outside of that time frame and the guidance contained in these cards feels relevant at that time, it's totally fine. So this bonus card that came out, or maybe our energy for the week, is solitude. So this is exactly like the kind of intuitive guidance I was getting about what it's going to feel like this week. And it says, once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. So this is, that same energy as those helpful people that I always talk about, that are always there for us in divine timing, when the time is right, when we're matched up to the correct energy, when we're focusing on the positive and drawing into our realities the things that we're focusing positively on, because you're going to create more of what your focus is on. So being especially cautious that your focus is on the positive. Not what you want to eliminate, not what you want to get rid of, but only on the positive, which will naturally crowd out those things you want to get rid of, and they will fall away easily and be crowded out by the things you do want to create more of. So spending some time in solitude, which is, that kind of more emotional energy, more introspective energy that I mentioned, and really getting in touch with what it is. Who am I? What do I want now? So that's we'll take that as our overarching energy for this week, is solitude. And then this will be our real Sunday card, because that's kind of a bonus. And this is perfect. So if you tune in regularly, you'll know that it's almost like self-care Sundays are the things that I like. I really love setting ourselves up for having a good week, giving ourselves a running start and the best chance to have a good week by setting ourselves up for that and giving ourselves some extra love, some extra nurturing energy, some extra compassion, however that looks for you on Sundays. I think it's the perfect day to do it. So Sunday, it's the self-love card. So it says, show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. I think I even said, as we were leading up to starting the reading, that it may be a time for inner child work. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. And that is absolutely true. If we hold judgments against ourselves, we are projecting those judgments onto others. If we are defensive, that's what we're going to get back. If we feel closed off, if we are feeling just kind of snarky and isolated, that's the energy we're going to get back. We really do get back what we put out. So you can't fake it when it's based on emotions. You're always going to get back what you really feel. So there's times when we may not be able to make it to the energy of love for another person, but could we make it to the energy of understanding or compassion, or just change our perspective a little bit to shift our energy into a more positive place than, oh my goodness, I can't stand this situation, or I cannot tolerate this person, So really just getting into the energy of feelings this week is the message I'm getting. And that leads to being more compassionate to yourself too. And that in turn leads to more compassion for other people, which then you get back. It's all, this kind of giant infinity symbol of what we're getting out and what we're putting back, what we're putting out and what we're getting back. So again, show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. So just really, the message I'm getting is really practicing for big change, really practicing compassion towards yourself and toward other people. Okay, and then, so that's our self-care Sunday. Monday, we have the trust card. So it says, when love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. So same kind of energy, as the solitude, the self-love, really, really a week of introspection is what I'm getting. So Monday, if you're faced with any decisions or maybe multiple paths to take, or you're uncertain of when something's going to be created or come to fruition or come into your reality, reminding yourself to trust in divine timing, reminding yourself that those helpful people are on the way. And maybe the way you wanted things to line up isn't quite the way it's happening, but it's happening in a better way from divine timing and from a divine perspective. So that's our Monday energy, is just stay in that energy of trust. And then Tuesday, we have feelings. So this really is kind of a week about connecting with our inner child, our inner self, our emotions, and what we've been feeling. So it says emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. So still in that energy of kind of release work. But so far we have solitude, we have self-love, we have trust and feelings. So I feel like, a week of possibly some very deep emotional work for some of you. And just kind of once and for all getting rid of things that we don't need. I mean, we are moving in. I think, we're in the last week of July. And I remember in some videos over the past few months, July coming up as that time of shifting, not a time of completion into a new energy, but the time when everything shifts. So I think that's what this is, and it's really a time of feeling your emotions and deciding what it is you want for yourself. So that's our Tuesday energy. Wednesday is self-acceptance. So nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in your oneness, dear divine. So same thing, that sort of deep emotional dive this week, this introspection. And it is, as this card says, exhausting to endlessly work on yourself. And, I feel like so many of us who are called to metaphysical topics, self-help topics, spiritual topics, feel like we are endlessly working on ourselves. How can I be more in alignment? How can I get the most out of this life? And sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and let everything go. I was listening to an audiobook by Wayne Dyer last week, and one of the things he said was, our past is like the wake of a speedboat. It doesn't affect where the boat's going. And there's nothing you can do to change it. Why would you want to? It doesn't matter. It's not affecting your current course. So I feel like that's kind of the energy we're at this turning point in July, this transitory period of July, is let's just, let that wake go. You can look back at it if you want, but it's not affecting you at this point. We're ready to move in. We've been doing the work. We've been releasing. We've been letting go. We're ready to move into the new energy. So, in this saying, when you offer the whole thing over to Source, to the divine, to God, however you want to refer to it, then self-acceptance arises. And what comes from self-acceptance is that next step up on the emotional ladder, which is self-love, which is self-compassion. And that's where we really begin to create wondrous things for ourselves. So this is our, let's see, we're Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This is our Wednesday energy. I feel like this whole week is just going to be one big, it's going to be very cohesive. We're going to be working on all of these things each day this week, so I don't feel like the days are that important. But we are on Wednesday, and it is about self-acceptance. And if you see this, it has that kind of butterfly symbolism on it, which is transformation, rebirth, transition. So then our Thursday card is patience. And it says, if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I help this be for now? May I let this be for now? Help me relax and trust Every need will be met. Other change soon follows. So that same energy of leaving the past in the wake of the boat, knowing that it cannot, it is, it exists, it's there, it always will be, but it cannot affect your current course. If you trust that you're on the right path. So, we've got that trust card earlier in the week. Again, if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. So this, again, kind of saying we're done with the release work. We're done with nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. This is a new time. We've all done the work. So there's probably something to learn from embracing it, not to learn from rehashing it, not to learn from going backwards and diving into that wake and getting caught in it, but something to learn from embracing it and saying, oh, okay, that was part of me, but I'm moving to a new place now. So that wake is not going to affect my course at this point. I'm only moving forward. May I let this be? So that's our, oh, and it has the bee energy on it too, which is about growth. So that's our Thursday energy. Friday, this is too good. Friday's the divine timing card. So the divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we are prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect timing. So we talk about this all the time, right? About how our timing, our human timing, may not be, things may not flow to us in the time that we think is best or right or ideal. But many times when we look back, it is better than or exactly when we needed it to come. So another reminder, this has been the entire week, but another reminder to trust and really put your faith in divine timing, that everything will be there when you need it. Everything will be there when you need it. So that's our Friday energy. And then Saturday, we have sanctuary. So that's that same, almost like we've bookended this week with the solitude and the sanctuary. A sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter, take a deep breath, enter and sit down on the throne of your heart. So that heart work, that inner child work, that deep emotional work, but also not getting enmeshed in it, not rehashing, not ruminating, not questioning the past. I really am getting the message that this is a time of movement forward, not falling backward. So appreciating those lessons, thanking them for what they were to you, thanking you for how they contributed to your lessons in this lifetime, but also your growth as a soul overall. And if you need to spend some time in solitude or go into this kind of inner sanctuary, take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your heart. If you need to reconnect with that inner energy, with that introspective energy, this is, again, a great day to do that. But I feel like this has been the entire week. Like these are kind of, it's kind of like an introspective sandwich this week, where we have the solitude and the sanctuary, and then all of these kind of emotional cards in between about trust and feeling and movement forward. So let me know your thoughts on this. Leave me comments about what happens for you this week, how everything is unfolding, and I will talk to you soon.